Rio de Janeiro is as well. 2 wins in the bank. One of these teams locking themselves in for a mammoth performance in front of that arena. I spoke to Exist just before this gets started. He doesn't really know which one is better. Both teams rather equally regarded. And same for the odds. Look at that. Very hard to separate them. We're on to the first round and not quite the first frag. I'm with Chad. Cadian with Yakinda. It's both of them responsible, solely responsible for that A site. And
still pretty burrowed down in towards spawn here. So taking a bit of information towards B and A early are Liquid, but now regrouping over towards middle, and they have to deal with Stown.
Should have. Ooh, a bullet onto him, out and safe. A lot of utility burned through, but space to be taken. Response from Tessus. Flash not with much of a problem. Damage inflicted. Tessus does drop that smoke. In here. There is a chance, a little gap. If you get inquisitives, Down could punish. Up towards construction. And in CT, Yabi on B. Problems now as bullets are landing. This is very imposing from Liquid. Nitro does finish off Shush. Yabi amazingly gets just the one. Still Tessus, vigilant, resistant. But bomb planted and Liquid, I've loved what we've seen. Just their approach on this T-pistol, it's had legs. See if there's anything to say about this retake. Oh, not anymore. Tessus is a ring-in, trying to finish it off was NAF, and job done.
Cadian looking to save this armor here, just backpedaling out, but you said it had legs, it had layers. As the last few members from Liquid are having a look, I'm sure they'd love this extra kill, 300 bucks in the bank, but they've evacuated. So Cadian will be staying alive. And we'll notch one onto the board here. I was saying layers, right? Well, that smoke actually denied the space that they were looking for to head towards that A split. The fact that Nitro able to get the kill onto Shush and Yabi understanding they needed to buy themselves a bit of room, right? That crunch was coming and you had to win a fight on one of the flanks. This was OC chasing down Yabi there quite low in that exchange. And NAF with this one here, it felt like the killer blow. So good stuff from Liquid in the early stages of this, and now we have to see what approach Heroic have, and it looks like Force Buy on the agenda. Scout out for Cadian, pistol upgrades for the rest. And Liquid, as the desk mentioned, smelling a little bit of blood in the water as far as Heroic's Vertigo. Saw that Cloud9 game the other day. It was a bit of a drubbing starting on the CT side. And I'm sure they'd love to replicate that here as warning shots again.
I think Rio has chosen his favorite for this head-to-head. Let's see if Yakinda can give him something to cheer about. Does find Stown. This is a force buy round. Again, I'm always scared when I see Heroic on these force buys. Very potent individuals. They'll make that 5-7 sing, that deagle. A quick click, all it takes to start to disrupt.
The biggest concern right now is all this util for Liquid and all the space they have with a minute 18 left on the clock. Elige does cop that flash, but they're ahead, and it's the nades. Now, teams have become very good at faking the plant in situations like this, and Nitro, well, he's actually going to sit it, so he goes down. One back over.
Perfection. And Yakinda, stubborn. Recovers the Galil, looking to plant. Could be run down. Spam not going to connect, and that's the bomb planted. Mission accomplished, or at least halfway there. Retake smoke. Yeah, that's geeky. Love that. Cadian will get the smoke onto the bomb. Yakinda's in a prime position to deny as they regroup through elevator. It's up to Yakinda really initially. This is the angle, this is the cross, and that is the frag. Yabi down, quick trade, good from Cadian on the scout. Closing gap, light on time, no kit, problems now as the more from the Galils fill the feed.
Could see a bit of panic there. Knife came out in towards the smoke, worried that maybe there's a kit for the defuse, but not enough cash to go around to make that one a possibility. And a 2-0 start here for Liquid, quickly to be converted into that 3-0. Heroic have no choice here but to take the save. And here's the nades. I'm surprised we didn't see the fake come out here once they established it was going to be that force buy. So, you know, just wanting to get the digits in.
But all it takes is, you know, a death like that, and you probably start faking a bit more.
Yeah, because the flash can come over and they spring up on top of the headshot box. They come through the smokes and you have some real issues on your hands.
Well, no issues in this one, right? We can all sit back, relax, let Yakinda explore.
Well, those aforementioned flashes are in play, and they're on the belt buckles of Shush here, who started towards B, now has rotated over towards A, and it looks like they want to use them aggressively, but Yakinda has already passed this and not being considered. This is an opportunity for the Latvian to farm up, and he has been noted now. Lots of information. He's going to go down, but that's fine. The gap, it's huge. They've spotted out multiple players there, and you can see Elige springing into action to take all of this space and deny these pistols any opportunity.
Very nice. Throws a couple back. Elige, lots of bodies charging towards him. He's been overrun and kept to one. That's awkward. An AK-47 for their eco troubles. Yes, please. Thank you very much. A little Molotov cocktail as well, which you might be able to get
flanking
on towards the bomb. OC, takes them both down, lined up, holding hands. It was Yabi and Tesses, now gone. The AK denied.
I want to see if you can get that back for NAF. So
yeah, that would be nice. Where is he? He's actually just starting to meander off the site now. OC should have Stown on this retreat. Doesn't want to give any extra cash to his opponents. OC obviously just looking to post his 6th.
Oh, it's click now for Stown. He hasn't gotten that far away, so might catch OC here. You can see he's not considering the around the world maneuver here, and Stown will finish him off. So an AK picked up, but for how long? Being run down, and 9 HP removed. Now can get that AK out of this, and they will retain 2 players, but that's a pretty costly one just against a very light investment. So Heroic, you'd be happy with that, more happy with that than the Fawnspine. Here's that lineup. OC saved the day, right? If they were all over towards the B bomb site, a MAC-10, an AK, maybe another stray kill, you have a few more problems. Now we have the first gun round. Both primary AWPers, Cadian, the in-game leader for Heroic, and OC, potentially North America's next big thing. We're yet to see it, but this would be an event for him to really flourish.
Yeah, the desk were talking about it. I think if ever there was a time, it would be now. Cadian actually files off a missed shot down the ramp on an early crane peak. Responsive utility will keep him caged. Yakinda unwilling to completely succumb.
4 here for Heroic.
They're in the right place, chat, and that nade is 2. Yakinda 9 HP. They will swing through, looking to evade and ideally reset, because they are coming. Look at this, the pincer movement from short. Stown over the one-way.
They are respecting it. Perfect. You have to respect that one-way, right? You see Yakinda, he thought about it for a moment. Maybe I'm just ahead of the play, but Liquid understand they threw everything bar the kitchen sink. That's what's left over for Heroic here to try and defend with the second wave. So Liquid short, you lose a lot of HP on your Kinder. Bogdan's Law comes in, but you can reinitiate with your smokes, with your flashes, with your HEs, and still end towards this A site. Heroic right now, with their CT setup, feel like they've done enough. Yabi, stranded towards the sandbag position, does have a smoke.
Whoa, I just realized Elige has put stickers on his AK. The man never has stickers on his AK-47. He's the pure vanilla fragger, the hipster of the Counter-Strike skin community.
This Yabi smoke is actually going to cause a lot of issues here if they can't flush him out. There is a HE of Nitro, but that's not enough to do lethal damage, and they haven't mollied him.
They could all overlook this. Yabi will not be checked, will not be Molotov. So many backs to turn. This is going to be such a massacre. Oh no, Liquid. 1-2 from Yabi, a third available. Yakinda baited and executed. Huge impact from the newest edition for Heroic, and that one just falls completely flat.
I didn't think it would play out in that fashion here, as Elige is going to try and hold on to this. They're actually pushing in his general direction here. After time, that would be miserable, and Elige he's just going to go down. The final throws of that one, that is going to sting. 1,200 smackaroos for Elige going into round number 5. And I didn't think that could get worse.
Well, don't forget the eco-deaths.
Yeah.
Eco-deaths plus a death after time. Their money is mismanaged.
They had multiple Molotovs there, right? But they prioritized Molotoving towards the short position as well as the headshot position deeper in towards the site. And look at this. They were just running him down. So that is a massive kill and a boon for the confidence here, as Nitro is going to try this hero AK. The rest with lighter investments. And you want to see if you can make a dent if you're Liquid. Unlikely to... Oh, actually. Okay, late out of spawn here. That is a miscomm, right? They didn't get the clear line of communication on how they wanted that one to go, but what a shot from Cadian. That one looking flicky.
Yeah, that is a bit of a showstopper. Look at the body. I mean, he was so... It's just the pixel of Elige. All Cadian needs knocks his head clean off. I love the elevated angle from Shush. NAF might not, though. There's a nade coming as well onto all of them. Oof. And Shush to finish. Don't forget, Nitro has the AK. Will go down first. Perfect multi-kill double out of the Dane. AK juggled through, but already Heroic in pole position.
They want the info here. You can see how active they're being. This util continuing to be a bit of a nuisance here. OC searching into the back lines, and it's a very difficult clear to deal with Tessus. You can see how far forward he is. As OC rounds this corner, he has to look straight ahead to bridge. We'll have to worry about down the ladder of the right. This Tessa's corner, it's very common, but it's always a difficult clear, and it should be good for Tessa's. Yeah, bullet in the back of the dome. AK now on the deck, and Tessa's to mop this one up onto Yakinda. Beautiful work. That's going to be 2 rounds now for Heroic, and this is very early stages. Look, we're going to monitor this in, well, the context of the entire half, but so far, whoever's found the opening kills has converted the round. So the last 2, back-to-back, Heroic with Yabi, and then Cadian over towards A, manifesting opening frags that have netted them rounds. On the other side of things, Yakinda's found 2 thus far, and Nitro 1.
Does balance out the economy for Liquid here. They just have to take 1 more eco on the face. It's going to be a P250, Desert Eagle, that kind of beat.
That's why they went back to spawn,
right.
was because they realized, hold up, we're not going to have enough with the loss bonus. We may as well invest here. And yeah, that is going to actually get you a bit discombobulated early, because you don't want to be flustered in that type of a round. You want to be able to make at least a good call.
Yeah, and I mean, their break was brilliant. You know, into this first map, a big series for the playoffs of the Major. You really don't want to be miscomming. Out wide, and a missed shot out of Stown. Looks like it's all been resolved nice, neat, and tidy. Yabi and Stown combining with their M4s. Nitro's block, not going to get him far, surprisingly enough. But that's the 3-3 equalizer. Liquid, as we said, they came out the gates flying, but the openings continue to correlate. Chad Birchall, 100% conversion of those opening kills.
Yeah, we'll try and keep track of those. Now, look, if this gets a bit scrimmier and in the face, we know that Yakinda's going to be jumping down ramps, taking fights. Oh, okay. Nice little balloons they have going on there.
Yeah, they've really got behind Liquid.
Bit of tenacity out of the audience
after
here today,
that first game, they may have been concerned they wouldn't see him.
Cadian in a different place now. Had been starting over towards A in the previous 2. Now over towards B. Fortified extremely heavy as Yakinda. A whole lot of room to stretch those legs. This time, they will molly out towards the sandbag position. This is something Heroic does well. The reservoir of utility towards spawn. There's a bucket load there that you all just spotted, thanks to the ops team.
Yep, that's enough to cancel plans initially. Scooped up now.
This is one of the things I think Heroic do quite well, and probably a lot of teams do it, but we seem to get highlighted a lot with them in the server. When you have all that extra util at spawn, you take the extra flashes with you, and then you will use them to find the opening, and you drop back, right, and get the extra goodies.
I mean, especially if you've got lineups for those stop nades, those stop mollies, retake smokes, you can have them lying in wait, and Stown deleted. OC prepared, gives Liquid the opening. Can they convert? Will there be any more disruption? Great nade, chipping away. OC still impactful. He has got 7 frags. Cadian, the only one to find a rebuttal just yet. 45 seconds, there is no need for a full commitment, but if Cadian goes down, they will. And they are. Going for the plant, volleyed out. Hail Mary no-scope does not connect, and now that bomb is ticking.
Might have to be a save here. The flank about to get found out, and if he doesn't win this fight, oh, he does. Now we're back on 3-on-3.
Shush communicating, wants to play for his life as well. Yabi for the retake smoke, Cadian not sure.
If Shush is noisy about this, then they will know that there's no flank, so he has to do this silently, but it's going to waste so much more time.
This is going to be right down to the wire, Chad. Right down to the wire. Shush now strafing through, will join them elevator. Nitro has a lovely gap on this smoke. They may not know. All pre-fired, baited and saving. Okay, well, it was posturing, it was threatening. But Liquid will convert off of that opening, and it was OC that laid down the law. No slouch on the rifle, this guy, but obviously, primary AWP for Liquid. It's catchy, this one.
I didn't think we'd be getting much of a turnout on a Monday when Furia weren't here, so I'm surprised.
Pleasantly,
I'm very surprised.
Pleasantly surprised.
All right, well, enough cash residual for Heroic here to go again. Actually, they have another buy up their sleeve as well, even if Liquid find themselves successful. Nitro might be a bit quicker in this. He's got a MAC-10 in hand. He's not leading the pack, so nav through burning. Yeah, that didn't work as intended. He takes a chunk of damage, down to 36. Traditionally, with that smoke, you want to push in and take that lobby space quickly.
Yeah, they're really stubborn about this. Look, the whole squad just kind of contact walk in. Now, there is a setup. Yabi likely to be cleared first, just to react upon it.
Spotted.
Spotted now. Hunted now. Eliminated. One back from Shush. Needs a multi-kill. Elige caught sleeping. Tucked in tight now. Oh, one more bullet was all it needed. Burning Cadian. Down to half, but he's stubborn. He wants to hold the line. Does have vision denied, but still posted up on the slither gap. And oh, quick deletion. OC out. Yakinda trying to shake it all about. We're back. 1 and 2. Whoa. That's how you get into the side. Problems for Stown. Not an impossible round, mind you. But 2 to 5, they can double peak. Nitro low, that's how you do it. Yakinda with a tutorial, 4 frags from Liquid's entry fragger.
And you have to be ready for rounds like that out of Heroic. See how quickly they rotate over every single body on the side. It's been multiple times since that has been the plan of attack. Liquid deal with that, just ready to make those trades. Frag after frag coming their way. NAVI, especially considering got burnt down, does a great job to get the opening onto Yabi there, and this is where your Yakinda gets to activate. This one's crucial. Katie not ready for that in the second. The straightforward Tessus either, and this last is beautiful from the Latvian. An individual who gets an awful lot of talk in this Liquid jersey, and for good reason. So he's brought an entire new style to the squad and definitely has the pizzazz to go with it. The energy in the interviews may be a little bit lower, but on that stage, you're going to see it really flourish.
Yeah, he's a revelation. He really is. And for Team Liquid, it's so exciting to see the talent and the names we know. NAVI, Elige, Nitro, playing the same game as the big boys now. There was always felt like there was a slight translation issue, you know, like there was a language barrier, but the language was Counter-Strike. Not so much anymore. Yakinda's got them all attuned and aligned, and that's aggressive into mid. Who is that? Yabi tries his luck, gives it up, and is boosted up.
And just dipping his toes in the water there. So again, Heroic had to be proactive, feeling out just where Liquid is starting. And if nobody was mid there, and well, maybe it was going to be a contact play, as we previously saw, Cadian, with a redeploy of the smoke deep down towards the ramp. And Elige is going to play ahead of it.
Safe and sound for now. Tessus, good on the first. Yakinda revealed himself as well, just as the flash did pop, so needs to reposition. That's a problem for Cadian. Lets it go. Immediate what damage onto Tessus as well, flying around that corner. No gap here for Nitro. He will inquire, and Yabi, ooh, might escort him off. Mid clear, he says, with pride. There's a 2v4 for Team Liquid, and look how quickly Heroic have already worked it out. Like, look at this whole CT death ball.
Yeah, they always continue to move as a pack here to Heroic, but you can't put your head in the vice. NAVI ready to chomp one off, tapping away, and Shush will remove him. Now it's just Ozzy with this AWP, and he can be sharp, but no hope in the world here.
Here they come.
Seconds.
The Berserkers are coming. They're bloodthirsty. They just do not release that keyboard. There is such an absence of static CTs when you're watching Heroic move.
Yeah, well, once they identify where you are, if they have the numbers, they're going to take that fight. This was the Tessus opening, and I think so far, 9 rounds of play, we're still 100% regarding opening kills to round conversions. So looking very tidy here for both teams if they can be successful in those exchanges. They've been able to stall Liquid out for a moment here, and they are going to opt to just get a couple of P250s into the mix. So Heroic should be able to tie things up 5-5. This is the type of round where the opening kill will feel a little bit more in vain for Liquid, right? Like they'll get the kill. Maybe they, you know, swarm somebody and then they just get traded out in droves.
Yeah, this might be where we lose our staff.
Always tends to go down in the worst possible fashion, doesn't it?
100%, man. See if we can hold on to it. Yabi knows to the screen, and he knows that this one should be 5-5. Tying things up on Vertigo. The Des described this as a punish pick. Certainly doesn't look too punishing for Heroic CT side just yet.
Yeah, getting blown out of the water by Cloud9 on that map. But once upon a time, that was, you know, towards the tippy top of Cloud9's map pool. I know that there's been cracks in their performances as of late, but there it is. Cadian gets the opener, and this is where everybody else, they see the ecos, or at least they hear them, and they come running. So Heroic get exactly what they came into round 10 for. Fun little note with Heroic. This team, they've been within the top 8 every major appearance so far. Stockholm came 3rd, 4th, Antwerp 5th to 8th. So for them to lock themselves in for the playoffs yet again, and this time round with Yabi in the server as opposed to Refresh, that'll be a big success.
You reckon it's probably becoming a bit of an expectation for them in terms of like a...
It should be.
Yeah.
That's the level of team they have here. And speaking of level of team, right now, considering we have lost Vitality and Faze from the event so far, Team Liquid are the highest rated team by the world left in the tournament.
And another opening for Heroic. Tessus crosshair placement perfect into the smoke. Out goes OC. Yakinda to try and right the ship. But it's a very threatening presence, and that is a headshot, it looked like. NAVI has gotten away with that one. I think he just got his ears pierced, and now, well, it's down. Down. 2 around, still on the ramp. What? Straight through the smoke, Elige. Sleeping with the fishes.
Both of the deaths right now for Liquid have been through that smoke right there. Well, two different variations, sure,
Yeah,
but
do they
the
know
bodies
something?
are stacking up.
We don't. He's stubborn.
Big gap here.
Oh, leg. A cheeky bit of leg and a bullet to the head. They are playing a mean game of Counter-Strike here.
And it's great signs that Cadian is at the top of the tables right now with 12 kills. This is fantastic signs for Heroic, right? Cadian, if he can show up with this type of form, we know how strong the rest of the riflers on this team are across the board. A lot of the criticism gets levied to Cadian, and Shush will finish things off neat and tidy. 4 remaining, and that is a very, very nice round to pick up. 3 consecutive here for the Danes. And there's that opener. So you can see, just taking pot shots through. And if you know that OC has the AWP on the other side, he's going to be jumping up on those pallets on the back wall.
Oh, wow.
A bit of tilt there.
That was heavy tilt and early. I do not want to see that if I'm a Liquid fan.
It's just frustrating to go down in that fashion, right?
Of
So
course.
you can see that starting to bleed through.
Yeah, and I mean, you can understand Alicia's just not had a dreamy start to the game either. Don't forget that death after time probably tilted him, the extra of going back to spawn in order to level things out. So there's been a couple of faux pas.
We had Mr. Michał, Slavinsky, and Steve over there from the League
Love
Ops.
that.
Yeah, well, we were talking about, we call it the CTC. I think we should just call it the timeout conversion because the coach is not always involved, right? We don't know exactly what's being said. We don't know who's calling the shot. So we should just probably cap it off with timeout conversions here. But Liquid are down the bottom of the table. Now, look, they've only played 3 maps. Now, we're all best of ones. They only took 6 timeouts, and, well, some of the games were absolute blowouts, so they didn't necessarily need to, but off the back of those timeouts, the conversions are pretty low. Now, there's more context to a stat like that, and people will have to dig in at home. Was it on an eco round that they took that timeout knowing they weren't going to be able to buy? There's a lot of factors there, and that's something that I think people might need to spend a bit of time questioning. But still, as we're using it right now, doesn't look good. So you saw them, they took it. We have the eco out.
Yeah, and that's another nasty death. Just tagged up on your first face and a nade to your face to finish. Tess says he's more than happy just to stand and tap away at these smokes. Drops an incendiary, keeps them at bay. They have nothing really to celebrate, and upon the fade, another flame. All right, Liquid. Might have to go and just dip your toe in a different pool. This one seems a little too hot.
So maybe this is why their stat line doesn't look great, right? Take the timeout into the eco and very unlikely to win a round like this. So that's exactly it. Stats without context can be pretty useless. Definitely need to make sure you've got the microscope out. And well, this one is not so pacey, and I like that from Liquid. Take a bit of sauce out of the game because Heroic is starting to get on a bit of a stride here. And this is the type of team who, if they're feeling it, if Cadian's calling all the right openers, if Cadian's
concerned about the Cadian rise to power.
This is a recipe right now with these Galils coming out for Team Liquid of not getting the bomb down.
Right, that's the product of it. Doesn't stop Nitro's Galil from finding and filling the feed. Takes the head off of Tesses. Heroic have got so much cash that Liquid just need rounds. Plants, cash themselves would be nice, and well, Yakinda might catch flack here. Stown, the whole squad sweeping through. Unwinnable with the numbers advantage.
They have to disrespect this. They have to walk in. Miss Molly.
Shush has got some company now. Elige gone in a flash. Nash, or rather Nav, flashed. He's good for the first. There's 2 here, and he'll take them all. Triple from Naflight.
They know it's the flank. They've identified this.
Yeah, he's taking the AWP as well. He can just sweep through the angle. It should be the end of Yavi standing up, and now sat down. Liquid find their 6th on the attack. It's 4 out of Naflight. We've had a quad kill out of 2 members of Liquid so far.
That's a key point, right? Those big rounds that you can almost attribute to individuals stepping up and locking it down here. So the extra ammunition actually coming in handy.
Yeah.
About 4 bullets left after he takes down those final 2, and the heads-up play to identify him because you had a player slinking through middle there that it was going to be that flank from Yabi. They handle this, and we get into round 15. Double orbs, that's the change. Shush into a big green, and Nav flashed through the smoke. Bye-bye.
How many have they had in this first half? Heroic smoker vision. Yakinda needs this, fighting tooth and nail for Stown, both of them low, head on a swivel, and nearly a triple. You can see the double collapse. has been converted, and you can see Yakinda still bleeding out on the A ramp. Liquid just getting completely thrown around here. A bully circle.
Yeah, the rounds that Heroic have been winning, they have just destroyed them. And that's one of the factors in this game so far. It hasn't been close, hasn't been many retakes, not too many clutch situations, unless OC and Yakinda have something to say about it in a 2-on-5.
You can't have retakes without bomb plants, Shad, and at the moment, Liquid have been really absent that.
Well, OC's in a power position here. And I know that there's so many unknowns right now. Ooh, that flash and the spot, yeah, it's not powerful anymore.
Such good utility damage as well. I'm starting to simp for Heroic. I don't know. The Fakey boys are definitely back in town. Options are so minimal. Like, they're not going to give you, you know, it was a conversation on the desk, and it's one of those classic conclusions when the games are close or the teams are close of whoever makes the fewest mistakes. Well, maybe one can be forced. You got 2 smokes. You got 25 seconds. Yakinda to try and plant, extend play. Counter molly there, smoke across, and yeah, passive stance. Bomb going in, faked out, underhand nade baited out. They have got time to go for a reapproach before those smokes do fade, but it would be really hard pressed. OC has to cover them. Up and over, need that shot, baited, now eliminated. Surely Shush goes down, all onto OC, and it's as clean as can be. 9 already secured for Heroic. It's all smiles on that side of the stage. Liquid got 6 to work with. They're going to have to put their thinking caps on as we swap sides, because they're going to have to face Heroic, putting the pedal to the metal. And a no more apt side for that than the T side. Heroic on the attack now, Liquid to receive. Now this is Liquid's map pick. You can see the bookies do favor the Danes, albeit by a small margin. And we get to see if Liquid's defense is up to the task. I think that's my main question. You got a Liege equipped with the Julies, definitely good. 30 bullets to rain down terror if they start to advance onto short side. Yeah, fortunately it's a retake B setup here, so Team Liquid will be able to rotate over quite quickly. They are grouping and crawling. Oh, Liege too. Ahead of the pack, now beheaded too. Headshots in the feed, both for Team Heroic. Yavi trying to get himself a USB upgrade safely, does manage to do so. There's 2 HEs here as well. Once they execute in, Yakinda's the only one forward of this. No one playing towards that headshot position, and Flash at the ready. Yakinda will have to do this. Oh, never mind. NAV just transitioned. Perfect. Another stagnate. It's harder on the T side, and they've done it again. Yeah, their util damage has been on par. Now it's just going to be this 2-on-5 situation, and I don't see a way to break in here. Sure, there's a smoke, but that's about it. 2 kills for Nitro, 2 for Liege. They are missing right now. Oh, chances gone by the wayside now. Nitro had a couple of clicks in him. And yeah, Yakinda, this one just a step too far. Steps in and is punished. Looking for more. Looking for Cadian. Shush is there. Good angle management. I have to, once again, levy some praise towards that utility damage. I was impressed by how well we were seeing those CT stagnades and incendiaries and lineups, but to be pulling out a stagnade kill on the first round of attack is also impressive. Wow, every member of... Yeah. What? Every member of Heroic is above like 120. It's crazy. It is crazy. And yeah, well, some of the details we're highlighting, we saw all those nade kills highlighted by our ops team here. Now this is a curious looking purchase by Heroic. 4 SMGs, 1 AK-47 up against the Force by a Liquid. If Heroic win this, they're going to run away with this map. You must have something up your sleeve, right? You don't do this without a game plan, and you can see there's a prioritization of utility. Yeah, well, funny that, because they've been pinpoint perfect with it so far. So that makes a whole lot of sense here as Yakinda gets an opportunity to at least take a fight. The run boost across, I'm not sure how much he spotted there, but has to have a good idea that it is possible. TSS will be the best to joust against both of these. Deagle, ooh, one shot. And the re-smoke. I guess the timing on this, they can just wait out this smoke, right? As long as they don't give anything over to Yakinda here, he really would love to just get some tags. It doesn't have to be lethal, just to soften them up and potentially force them somewhere else, because you have Nitro and NAF over towards B. OC still patrolling mid. And yeah, there we go. So just starting to unload. Hot lead, nades. And he's in the safety right now of the toolbox, and Yakinda knows he needs to take a fight. He's going to put him in the open. Cadian's going to run him down. Yeah, he's trying to take space. You can see it in his eye. He's now elite. Goes wide. He's gone. What a game from Cadian, the in-game leader here. 22 kills. Right, this was a question at different parts of the year, different moments with Heroic in the server in terms of being a leader that the team will trust no matter what he says. He says jump, they say how high.
But in terms of the fragging department, this will make you believe in your leader even more so. 22 kills, mauling Team Liquid, and a major playoff spot on the line. That's enough to make anybody a KDM believer right now. It's just OC holding on to this Deagle, and let's see if he can grab himself something.
Crazy. He has the same amount of frags as the top 2 performers of Liquid combined. Yakinda, OC, 22 frags together. KDM, 22 alone.
You look, Elysian, Nitro, they just nowhere to be seen right now. That's one, and we'll get to survive here. Yeah, that reload means that he'll get to hold on to his life. So carried through, but that's one of those kills that's just about stat padding. It's not going to mean an awful lot in the context of this game, knowing that Liquid are going to be on what should be an eco here. So that was just easy. KDM surging forward, and then this one, like he's leading at the front, right? And that kind of sets the pace for the rest of his teammates to follow through to make sure that they're there to trade. Nitro has a flash at the ready towards middle, but they're quite loud over towards A. This should be heard from Yakinda here as they have thrown out a gap smoke. They just want to negate his position altogether, and understandably more so now that we can see that little gap. So we'll have to stand and, I was going to say fight. He will get flushed back, and they should be on high alert as this rotation coming over. Remember, the one flash is the best that they can do. Yeah, well, there's a lot more nades on the other side of the court. Look at this barrage of utility. Liquid melting at the hands of KDM, up to 24 through his own flames as he knows this one is his game. Sprayed on down, bodies are dropping, Liquid's hopes with it. This is grief. And this KDM story, look, 27 years old. I think if people did catch that little clip at my displeasure during that break right there, you can see just how long he has been doing this for. That little event back there, that Gamescom show, I think that was 2015 or 2016. Regardless, it feels like a lifetime ago as far as Counter-Strike is concerned. And he was back when I was competing against him, and I've been retired for 6 years now. So he has been on this journey for an awfully long time. And the fact that he is spanking Liquid right here, right now, this is just a pleasure to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. He's evolved over the years for sure. And he's just been so stubborn with it. Years of missed opportunities, failed projects.
Wasn't a favorite son of the Danish Counter-Strike world by any means, right?
No.
And even at this juncture still gets considered to be a bit of a prickly individual. But this is where Liquid can get back into the conversation here.
This looks geeky. Shush has got a nade line up for the stack nade on quad. I mean, that would definitely trigger anyone sitting behind and likely eliminate them too.
Well, Anaf can now actually slink into that position if he'd like, and that's a defensive T-smoke thrown towards the front lip of B there. So that is going to at least draw the rotation, or at least inquisitive glances of Elige and Nitro. Yakinda coming over as well. They're going to have to flash and search for some info. But all the way back to spawn to pick up their goodies. And they're not in a rush right now. They look extremely comfy, Heroic.
Incredibly so. And just so cold and calculated as well.
Yeah, it feels like the game plan is working to perfection. They are heading back towards B, and those 3 prongs that we mentioned are still close by.
Starting to imply commitment. That will pull what little Liquid CT smokes they have remaining. Now just 2. But actually 22 seconds, lads. This is going to get really uncomfortable. Molly will force NAF wide. Has to extinguish to survive. Does so. Shush in. 14! I cannot understand how this is still a commitment. 10. You've got to get that bomb down. The frags are in. One more
it's
required.
Loose.
Bomb is loose. Round is surely lost. One more. They just had to kill OC. Yavi has the chance. Good God, that was a close one.
Wow.
Okay.
Down to the wire right there. Maybe lost track of time a little bit, but it looked perfect until it didn't. That bomb just getting flung forward. That was the difference maker. If it stopped and stood still, that would have been at the feet to get scooped up and get planted. So that one is a gift here. Liquid, but a divine intervention in this one.
They'd have been so mad if you lose this one. OC must have seen
the time. They lined up here as well. Look, he gets gooshed through a teammate. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, if he didn't hit that, it was curtains.
This is crazy. They bought into MAC-10s again here. They want to be fast. They could have bought AKs. 3 MAC-10s as a purchase again. Heroic, are you doing this on hard mode?
Yeah, this is full Mythic Plus difficulty. Trying to innovate at the biggest of stages. Nitro hears them, concedes. OC already puts his name in the feed. Tessa's gone, but those SMGs bound into B, and it's unguarded. They can lock it out now if they've got good mollies. Bodies on site.
You can't go for this if you're Liquid. You're going to give everything over here. Oh, NAV!
Okay.
That's a huge play.
He's
this round's back on.
He's back into B. They kind of exited for a second. Now the fight comes to them. Hard spray transfer for Cadian. 2 already on the AK. And then a 2-on-2 on the fade. Yakinda caught on the reload. It's OC back in business. 1-on-1. An SMG for Stow, not the weapon for the job. OC lets it go. And Heroic didn't need to come in with the SMGs, but still profit.
That's crazy. That is crazy right there. Look, that's a Cadian call. That's what we'll call that. Massive stuff here. Look at this. And look, this is a classic game that we talk about standard bang, right? Both teams just wanting to fight, and NAF understanding, hey, this is a very important round. We have to take this battle. We have to take this fight. Leaps around the outside of the building, gets his feet on the ground and gets a kill, but it's enough to lure Liquid into their demise. Back to the pistols and back to the dumps as fast towards mid. The nade's going to land down. He's going to get cleaned up here.
Should be have another one. The bomb recovered by Tessus and his handiwork.
They look so comfortable. It is ridiculous how comfortable Heroic look right now. 14 is guaranteed.
Very much playing their game on land for a spot in the playoffs. And whoop, down goes Elige. He's having a bit of a nightmare start here.
This is some of the best I think I've seen Heroic look in an awful long time. They're not faltering at all. Yeah, they're not faltering at all. There's nothing going against them here. That result against Cloud9 for Heroic playing in their favor massively with this choice. Liquid thought this was a weakness. This doesn't look weak at all. And yeah, as mentioned, that's 14. So a 7-round advantage here. Just need 2 more to close this out. We have Mirage coming up as the next and Overpass as the third and decider. And looking to get a little bit of revenge here. These 2 teams faced off at Blast Premier Fall Groups back in August. And Liquid 2-0'd them, 16-8 on Overpass and 16-8 on, 16-6 on that of Vertigo. So this is a stark contrast.
Well, they certainly had some demos to review of Liquid's approach. But yeah, some rather blaring absences in the fragging department. Heroic, quite the contrary. Everyone pulling their weight, all in the teens. And you can see the update of that B stream. Team Spirit taking on Sprout. They've already attacked your pick'ems and doing so proudly. Launx also making an interesting statement with an interview he gave to hltv.org, just saying like there's the beauty in our individual skill. Saying he thinks they have the individual skill to rival that of the very top dogs. Well, we'll see how that one goes. You can check it out for yourself at ESL_CSGO-B. Or
Squad streaming as well, I think.
Yeah, that's right. You can see it.
I think there's all those options out there. I'm not a Twitch aficionado, but I'm sure some of you at home can work it out. Wow, Elige still having a rough go, Alex. 3 kills for him, 4 for Nitro. And you need for this team to be successful. The 3 names that you're looking for here in the rifling department are Yakinda, Elige, and NAF, and then whatever OC can find in the AWP, and then Nitro. But we're not turning to him for bags of frags.
It'd be nice if he brought a little purse of frags or something, though.
Yeah, a little coin wallet.
Yeah, a little coin purse.
Well, this is Heroic.
Ooh.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. Your traces can be spotted, so you're kind of just illuminating yourself, making it a little bit easier to track it down, and a nade to dissuade from middle for now. But this is a bit more of a default spread from Heroic here. So out of the timeout, I think they were expecting Liquid to throw some aggression in their direction. Now that stat we were talking about with opening kills to conversions has been broken off of the back of the round where OC stayed alive. So we'll throw that one in the bin. They're heading back towards A, and Yakinda is here. He's playing around this limp smoke.
There's a timer on that, though. And Heroic have been so well aware of the vulnerabilities in their take. Let's see how they clear. Nice damage. OC finds lethality. Tessus is gone. Down as well, meets his demise at the hands of Yakinda. And just like that, a default spread is shut down. Shush to try and right the ship. One, but not done. Cadian, that is some forward positioning. Trying to fake it out, perhaps make space for Yabi, who's going for a crawl. NAF is going looking. This could go wrong.
Hasn't been spotted yet. We saw this duel in the first half go the other way.
Oh! NAF gone!
Yeah, we got
like
revenge.
That. Yeah, at least Nitro's on the site. And on the job, double from him to secure the round. It looked good, but Nitro ensures it's theirs.
All right, well, they will concede the 8th round here to Team Liquid. I'm curious to see if we do see a little bit more of quickness come back out of Heroic here. As mentioned, that was a bit more default spready. They were taking their time before they got into the action. But now they know what they're working with. OC into the AWP. The rifles will be purchased across here. And sure, a little bit of trading over towards that ramp. But Nitro, yeah, stepping up here with a tight little double. That was a great shot from Yabi there. At that boost, just the timing with the flash from the CTs. If it was a second later, Yabi would have been completely blind. Actually, that duel would have already happened. That flash wouldn't have mattered at all. So still a nice shot to hit.
Well, let's see. You know, you question whether that pace is going to return. And Yabi's already breaking glass to imply some more presence onto short. Whiffs his incendiary there. And Tessa's going to be the first man in. Width's down, they push through the smoke into the nades and lots of utility. Elige naded on his nose. Double, ouch! 6 HP, burnt to a crisp.
His death, how many times has he actually been able to shoot at his opponents? Been through a smoke, getting naded, blown out of the server. That frustration has to be rife right now when you're Kinder. Maybe he can change that into a celebration, but needs a multi-kill here as he creeps forward. Might have them on the timing.
Could. Down though, far too aware. Tessus is the one to bring him down.
Again, they just have to reaggress. OC needs to find something here. The fight has to keep coming. You can't just sit back. Not with a 2-man disadvantage in the map right now. It's being combed through. Look at this from Yabi on the timing. Spots the foot and gets the kill. Transfer from Yabi. Cadian's almost got 30 kills as well here.
That's quite the KD. They're just padding their stats as they dispatch of Team Liquid on their map pick. Punish pick my bottom. Okay, big one back. They clear it out, and OC actually catches down at the bottom of the ramp as well, so as they plant on B, you can really just hope to hold on to what you got.
Yeah, the kid's been picked up. If you want to consider this, you have to clear through so much, and it's... Yeah, immediately the conversation should be, let's just try and hold on to this, but Cadian's not the type of guy to allow it. You can see the hunt, it's already quite spread. The only way this goes wrong if Cadian oversteps, and Nitro with that scooped up kit can make it fast, but Bomb already halfway gone. That seems like a pipe dream.
Yabi is very quick. Gets across, they've trapped him in.
Oh, you're pinned, mate. You are pinned.
No! Horrible death for OC. It's the way in which they're dying as well, Chad. You know, you talked about Elige's death. That one from OC, a prime example. Heroic just seem like the evil masterminds just torturing you as you lose out on your map pick.
Yeah, they know exactly where to expect Liquid in every single moment. And on top of that, just what they're throwing in their direction, right? It's not just knowing, hey, you're here. It's, look at that onslaught. 2 nades and a molly landing in unison. Elige isn't going anywhere other than Tilt Town, and that's a long way down from the 51st floor of Vertigo.
Oh, man. Just look at his options. There were none.
No, literally none.
He was making a list.
Take your hands off the mouse and keyboard and concede.
Horrible. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's horrible, depending on which perspective you want to look through. Any naffers in the chat?
I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there are. Well, right now, those naffers probably thinking about map 2.
Yeah, look, this isn't an elimination series, but it's a progression series, and you want to get through as quick as you can. Tomorrow, it is going to be pressure, right? That's all it is. The only way to define it. Your last chance to lock yourself in. And Cadian, well, now with the orb in hand, looking for 30. He has done them dirty, and it would be fitting.
A lot more than he bargained for here, Yakinda. He doesn't have info yet.
No vision.
Oh, Cadian completely caught out. No trade available. That's huge for Liquid. They do need to build upon it. Yakinda needs to live and has.
Might want to trade out. Yeah, he will. He'll go into the MP9. We'll throw that M4 across. So juggling the guns, playing on their feet. Tessus, this one's going to be hard to break. As we can see with the X-Ray, 3 players on the other side. If they get inquisitive...
He's so alone as well. Like, this is more of a survival mission than it is anything else.
That's a one-way that's about to be limped on towards the sandbag here. Oh, actually, they've opted for a different variation. This one will give Nitro a chance to peer over the top and down the ramp. Or just hold off the top of the tarpaulin. They don't have anything to work with here, Liquid. You're very light on util at this point. There's no defuse kit. Sure, you've got 3 M4s. You're up a man. But if you get traded out, how are you meant to get back in?
Oh, he actually gets him over the smoke. Impressive from Tessus. Maybe Yabi can build upon it. What a flash. Stown removes their vision. Yabi removes his head. Does it get any better for Liquid now? I like the timing of this from Elige, the proactivity. And a bullet between the eyes. Bam! From Yabi, 20 frags. Yakinda doesn't have the health. He gave his rifle, and for good reason, nearly the double. 2 HP left on Shush, and maybe that's enough for Yakinda for the element of surprise. Okay, NAVI is just all over this map. You cannot surprise him. NAV can't clutch.